when the white wolf fought a silver-tongued devil. His army of elves, at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. And so cried the witcher, he can't be bleed. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty. The edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you the morn. He thrust every yoke far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Tales from the Grim, a little Witcher Wednesday. This is our first time back in 2 weeks, and my friends, I have a doozy for you. The crew is ready, the Legion is ready, the bits are coming in from Hawk, who is, of course, Ananias here on Family of Wraiths. We are getting ready. We have another new member joining our family today, but I will wait and allow them to introduce themselves officially when they hit the scene. Everybody, I expect you to give our new player and character all the Legion love and Legion loathe that you feel is a part of this grand story that we're telling, or I hope to tell anyway. But before we go forward, we have to understand why we are here. We're here to tell a story. How can we be here? Because of the benevolence of our fantastic sponsors. Right now we are sponsored, or I'm going to activate a PDF giveaway here in a few minutes, so it lasts till the end of the session. So in about 15 minutes I'll activate our Witcher PDF giveaway to get a part of the core rule books. And I would also like to let you know that tomorrow going on sale is the Witcher Journal, which is their version of the monster manual. Comes out with a bestiary, a whole bunch of fun things to throw at players. In addition to that, we are here because of the benevolence of our virtual tabletop of choice, Roll20. Please go right now to www.roll20.net/start/Tales from the Grim, and you will be able to start up with your own free account. As at least in the Americas, we begin to go back into a more stringent social distancing. The story does not have to end. Go to Roll20, continue your tale that was started around a table of wood, or perhaps decades ago in school. For friends that have separated, they can be brought back. The tale can continue. We recommend doing so on Roll20. In addition to that, our latest sponsor is World Anvil. Go to www.worldanvil.com. If you are a writer, a dungeon master, or a player, and you've got a world that's kind of knocking around inside your noodle, go there. And you can be as detailed or as vague as you would like, and you can create and forge your own world, down from NPCs to maps to geography to elements and items of landscapes and characters. It is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Plus, it has a share option, much like a wiki, so you can open it up and share your world with others, whether they be your players or fans. With that being said, I think I'll bring us back up quickly, and here's how quickly I can do this. The group was all together at the coast in Bremervoord, a villa for Duke Aglaval. All was going wrong. The group got separated. Bad things happened. The elf Yannick was cursed upon picking up 2 skulls. Who would have figured? She can only take 100 steps, or she will die if she does not make it to the Blue Mountains, which are leagues and leagues and leagues away. That's bad. But what's worse is, during the events there at the villa, because of the constructive narrative additions of Zombie and the Legion, the Wild Hunt was brought into play. And so things got colder And for the first time in 21 episodes, the Witchers and the party had to run. They couldn't use their portals to get away for fear that the Wild Hunt would simply follow. One, however, did get away in a portal. Just enough time to send Yannick the Cursed through the portal to the house of Ainfer the Mage, a half-day's ride from here. That's about all we need right now, because we're going to fill in the time that we've missed here with a little excitement. But first, we start with somebody that only has 60... How many steps left? 63 steps. And so everybody, we bring in Lindy. Yep. I have it written down, yeah. So 63 is the last number that we have. So with 63 steps left, switch our music up. That's too happy for somebody that only has 63 steps of life left. So welcome in, Lindy. Lindy, who will you be playing tonight? We'll bring everybody up to speed, our lovely group here. Right. And when last we left, there was giggles, there was fear, there was the definition of a potential psychotic break. Staffin has come in, and it sounds like, oh no, Lindy's muted? Oh no, what? That's not right. Well, let's change that right away. See, here's what happens whenever you are gone for a bit. Everything, yep, of course. Everything resets upon.
At least we tested it with just me. It's fine. Nothing exciting was happening.
Right, let's see. Can everybody hear Lindy? As Lindy, again, tell us who you are, Lindy,
yes,
so we can...
Sure. As I believe I said, hi, I'm Yannick, the elf healer, who may or may not be having a psychotic break on Ainfra's living room floor right now.
Fantastic. And as I said, with the psychotic break that was kind of hinted at last time with tears and giggles, the textbook definition of a psyche in flux, you were gifted or greeted by not the living Khalid, the old elf that was left there, but the very dead Paul. Paul, one of the skulls that you obtained in the villa at Bremervoort of Duke Aglaval, that seems to have cursed you. Or at least that's what he said last time you were able to talk with him. You asked him to go away, and go away he did.
I just asked for 5 minutes of peace and quiet, and they left.
And believe it or not, the 5 minutes passes. You do not get interrupted by anybody living or dead, as a lot of stuff is coming in here now.
Living, dead, or imaginary?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Everybody, let's see. We have Silver coming in from Hawk. We have, in addition to the unmuting of Lindy, Staffin, what would you like? And then we have another Silver coming in from Sphinx. Thank you very much, Legion. This group needs help because I failed to mention, but we had 2 campaign-changing donations come in. One for the advancement of Nilfgaard, and one for the addition of the Wild Hunt. What that does for the campaign as a whole is it is a season and perhaps series-long donation. It makes all DCs harder. It makes all enemies tougher. It immediately starts me with 8 winds howling, 4 for each of the advancements. So everyone, keep that in mind, that this group has now gone from the story mode of a video game to nightmare. And nightmare it shall be as we continue. But a little bit of that silver. We are maxed out on silver then, everyone. And Ugluk, let me know what you would like for the Cyclops killer. Let me know what you would like to bestow upon them in the increments down below with the donations. The People's Elbow. So you get this 5 minutes, and if we are standing back from a story perspective in how we saw last episode, the events after Yannick leaves the villa really only take about 10 minutes, as the group was running and fighting and in rounds of combat and rounds of flight as they escaped from the villa. And so, almost in lockstep with the group thundering on the unsaddled, untacked horses, blasting free from the side of the stable and away from the wild hunt, we go back to what appears to be a relatively benign scenario. We go back to Yannick on the floor. Yannick, you have not moved. You still have your 63 steps.
Yeah.
What would you like to do as you get comfortable?
Yeah, I think she takes some deep breaths. She tries to kind of get a hold of herself. It'll pass with time. It always does. She assumes that either the group will get here eventually or they're all dead. Either way, she's by herself for a while. I think what she's going to do is she's going to pull out some paper and like a charcoal pencil from one of her bags and roll under her stomach instead of being on her side like she was. And she's going to start writing down ways to use the root we got from the forest, the broccolon, the
Sire Bone Net?
Yes, she's going to write down ways to use Sire Bone Net, because this group, they don't seem terribly competent at healing things, seeing as how they were always injured before she met them. So she's going to just start writing a list down because she's got it on her, but if something were to happen, like she dies in 63 steps, then they'll at least have a clue of how to use it.
Very good. I want you to roll something here. This is to keep your concentration on what you are doing. I'm not saying that, I'm not taking player agency away and saying that Yannick couldn't keep concentration. There's just a lot weighing on her mind. I also take this moment to tell the entire group that because of the incredible benevolence of the Legion, as everyone rushed to donate silver, one time only, as we're coming back from a break, I'm going to allow 4 silvers to be in play. So everybody gets a +8. You think I'm being nice? This is sort of leveling the playing field for what is to come. But thank you to everybody, to Staff and Sphinx, Uglock, and Hawk for donating to the silver. It will help.
Yeah, she finds usually that focusing on something medical related helps her to pull herself out of her own mind and not think about things. So that's part of the reason she's doing this. What would you like me to roll, Greg?
Okay, why don't you sell me on something? Now, this can be an application of your occupation, something to health related, where you literally throw yourself into your work so fully that you kind of regress back to the learning stage of medicine. Or this can be something where you're tricking your mind to stay focused. So I will take something that's mental based, or I will take something that's occupationally based. But I will allow you to pick this because this is your idea and I like it.
Yeah. There is always healing hands, which is anything medical related, basically. If you want to take healing hands, I would roll a teaching. That would be my second pick.
Okay. I tell you what, why don't you roll both for me, just for a reason?
Just for shits and giggles? Sure.
Shits and G's.
Sure. +8. All right.
Critical! Okay. That's a good way to start off.
So, how about a 44 for healing hands?
That's pretty good.
And then, teaching. 25.
Okay, very good. So, in this exercise where you focus in on the ways that you're basically, this is a last will and testament of your knowledge of Sire Bone Net. If I'm understanding you correctly, right? You know, if I go, here's what you need. And this is the first thing you can think of as far as bestowing your expertise. Okay. So
that's the most valuable medical herb she has on her. Everything else they can finagle or figure out or ask somebody about, but Sire Bone Net's a little special. So
Gotcha. Okay, so with that in mind, what I will allow here is, since you critted on your healing hands. And your teaching is 25, which was the DC. You are able to get down as much as you know about Sire Bone Knit, or at least its applications, and you are able to get it down in a way where someone would understand it. You're not speaking in jargon or elevated language. You're not that Yannick would, but perhaps, there would be some elvish equivalences that might be lost or something like that. But you're able to convey it in a way that
she thinks real hard and writes it all in not elvish.
Okay. So as you're doing this, it's almost like you're finishing the last bit of it, because you're in possession of the Sire Bonet, right? It was given to you to.
Yep, it's in my bag.
So as you're sort of like, whether it's in or out, or you're putting the instructions with the Sire Bonet, or however you're placing it, roll an awareness for me, please.
I would love to roll. It's one of my best stats. Oh, that's actually not bad. 27.
From where you are in the front room of Ainfra's house, you hear voices out the front. Now, this is, as we have narratively described in situations past, there's a garden, a low garden with a stone wall, a gate hanging around it, but you can hear the gate open. And you can hear the approach of voices onto the cobblestones in front of the door.
Are they familiar?
What are familiar footsteps?
Oh, familiar voices.
You can't make out the voices yet.
Okay.
You can hear that there's a sort of a sub-audible quality to them. You can hear like a...
Well, in her brain, they're either dead, hallucinatory, the group, or probably enemies. So she'll go for the worst case scenario. Gently roll the paper up, put it in the bag next to the bone knit, and then pull out her short sword, her elven messer, and just move from her stomach to her back and just be ready in case. She's not moving. So.
Okay.
She'll probably pull out her bow because they might have ranged weapons, and it might be smarter to shoot them as they enter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hear this kind of muted quality of the voices. Yeah. And then you hear a...
They knock. Voices. Okay. Who is it?
There's a pause. And then you can hear somebody kind of directing and throwing their voice against the door into the house proper, as opposed to perhaps maybe the aside that they were speaking in before. Is this the owner of this house?
What? Can I interpret the tone they're speaking with? Does it sound like they're looking for somebody, like, on the, like, is Ainfra in trouble?
This, with your awareness rolls, because that's what I would make you roll again, the awareness that you rolled because of the increased DC that you are suffering from now, you can't make anything out. It seems like they're asking a question. It seems to be...
She's a terrible liar, and she knows this, and she has a bow just in case. She's gonna say, "No, they're out."
Open up in the name of Duke Aglaval.
Just let yourselves in. I don't know if it's locked. Who? How'd they get? She's thinking, how'd they get here so fast? She's not getting up though, and if they break down the door, that's on them. And it's breaking in and ring, and then I can shoot them.
You do see, and again, I'm taking a little agency away from Prax since this is Ainfra's house, but you see...
Move.
You see whatever mechanism is the front door, whether it's a depression or just a pull string. I'm sure it's a little bit higher quality with like, you know, like a rot depression and whatnot. But you see it trigger but catch because you did leave. And the door is locked, barred, impeded. It's locked.
Well, my legs don't work, so I guess we're just stuck in a really shit situation.
Roll me a deception. Because your legs do work.
Not in her brain, they don't, but sure. I will roll a deception. I will add 2 luck. Just
Okay, okay.
25.
You hear, row back. And then you see beside you, Paul, kind of hunched down. I think there's someone out there.
Yeah, okay, good. You hear them too. Great, okay. Could you go check on who it is? I'm trying to save steps.
You see him close his eyes, and you, for a moment, because Paul looks so real, for a moment you get a disquieting feeling because even though he closes his eyelids, you can see through those.
Oh, yeah.
You can still see his eyes as they kind of veil for a moment, and then they open back up. It looks like gods.
Okay, what colors do they have?
Blue and white?
Does that ring a bell for Yannicka? Is that the country we're in?
Duke Aglaval's for Sidaris, yep.
Okay, cool. Why are they here? Not even Ainfra's here, whatever. I'm sure it's fine.
I think they're coming around the back.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Okay, well, I think she'll put the bow away for now and just kind of have her dagger sneaky up her sleeve with like her arms crossed, just laying on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a couple beats later.
What's the nearest piece of furniture or like doorway to another room I'm near?
Well, there is the doorway that you know leads to, and again, I'll ask our chat if Prax, did you lock the door that was formerly your father's workshop?
Her father's.
Hers? I thought it was her dad's. What?
No, it's somebody else's entirely, Greg's.
Oh, okay. Was that door locked? Mystery voice from nowhere?
No, because unless they did, because they used it to make potions.
Okay. No, of course they didn't lock it. They don't do anything.
Doesn't think about locking doors.
Yeah, so yeah. There's that door that goes into the laboratory.
I'm close to that door. Is there a chair nearby?
Yeah, you've got the chairs that were around the table, and
cool. If I'm gonna try to like scoot one nearer so I can be like, I fell out of this chair and that's why I'm on the floor. That's it. That's all I want to do. Just grab a chair leg and drag it a little closer.
Okay, so you're just gonna casually sit in the chair?
Yeah.
Roll me a d4.
No, I meant like I was sitting in the chair. I fell out. That's why I'm on the floor, but the chair's near me.
Okay.
So I don't need to move if it's within arm's reach.
Right.
If it's not, then fuck it. I'm just on the floor. I'm not moving.
I'm going to say, okay. Yeah, your legs are going to move a little bit as you reposition and stand and get into the chair. So, but if you lay...
Oh, no.
I won't make you do anything if you're fine.
Yeah, if the chair's within it, like, plausible, I fell out and now I'm on the floor distance, then that's great.
I'll tell you this, it'll cost you a step to get back in the chair.
Fine, I'm in the chair.
That's a great deal.
All right.
62. All right. You hear the banging on the doors, now front and back, and the irritation grows as, open up!
I told you I can't.
You hear the first pound against the door as a shoulder is put to it.
She's gonna be so mad when she gets back.
Gung, gung. And we are going to cut away as the rhythmic gung gung against the door. Boom gung.
I'm gonna tie my nope, I'm not gonna tie my legs to the chair just in case I need to jump up, kick some ass. I'm just gonna sit right here, Greg.
Sure.
Okay.
So as we feel this gung gung, gung gung, the camera that we are on, whether it be bird or sparrow or some type of beast that can fly and move quickly, we exit the house in Sidaris and we strike north at the speed of a bolt as we pass beneath Redania and all of the smaller principalities. We see the Kestrel Mountains come into view. We pass over their frigid peaks. Then we come into the wide swath that is Kedwin. We continue north, up to the northeast corner of Kedwin, where the Dragon Mountains meet the Blue Mountains. We are nearing the edge of Elven lands, where the elves still hold a bit of sway. And as the gung gung, gung gung of the doors sounds down in Sidaris, we cut to Herald of Oxenfurt. Herald, you are standing upon it is narrow, but it could still contain a wagon if pushed. A path that is leading high up into the Dragon Mountains. A little known pass because of its height and inaccessibility, but a path nonetheless that leads to Elven lands, that leads you and the 13 Elven refugees under your care as you move towards the last bastion of Elven resistance, of Elven life. But with that gung gung down in Sidaris, here in the frigid Dragon Mountains, that gung gung is actually the sound of approaching drums. Someone is behind you, my friend. They are advancing. You have your 13 refugees, some of them armed with little more than sticks, some of them armed with rocks, a rusty knife. They do not wear armor. They are not warriors. They are artisans. They are craftsmen. And your friend, Basil Kopernik, is there as well. But he is a scholar. And you are hurt. Matt, welcome, my friend, and tell us what we see when we see Herald of Oxenfurt.
You see a witcher, fairly young by comparison. His hair hasn't quite gone to gray yet. He's got a little salt to the pepper of his beard. He's got a cloak. It would have been blue, but it's currently stained with blood. He's taken some damage. He's been fighting for several days now. He has his hat. Still fabulous, but as yet undiminished. His armor beneath, pretty simple stuff. He's got his swords. He's got his weapons. He's got several packs strapped to whatever wagon or horse they have on hand with them. He winces as he moves. And he looks down. They have enough time to bring fucking drums up here?
Basil, your friend from Oxenfurt, the scholar, he is being kind of carried between two of the larger elves. A wound he had suffered recently, still fresh. As you can see, the dressing has begun to edge with blood as he again, having been tended to, still the exertion is a lot to take in for someone that received what would have killed 99 other men. But as he looks over at you, I don't know. They're closing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What do we do?
Remember that side pass we found a little bit of ways back?
Yes.
Take him down that way. Lead him back there. Hide as best you can. I'll do as much as I can.
Oh, I won't leave you. I won't leave you here to die.
Basil, you're not doing anybody any good anywhere right now. Whether you die here, you die down the side pass, it doesn't matter.
Maybe I could confuse them with a limerick. He smiles slightly.
Your words get confusing enough. It's true. But you got a better chance if you ain't here. When I gotta do what I gotta do.
Okay, then. Regardless, we will come when we hear the silence after.
Yeah, that should work.
He begins to backtrack down the pass. It's maybe 200 yards down this narrow cliff when he finds the more fissure than anything else, the side vent of this old mountain. And the elves begin to move through, and as each of them pass by you, each of them reach and touch cloak, touch your elbow, and you hear them whisper, "Look in the sky." And it's been something they've been muttering for several days. They have pledged themselves to you to help you in any way that they can, even if that means getting out of the way, but they know that you are the only reason they are alive. And they pledge using an old tongue, one that doesn't break promises. And they are quickly away. And you hear the ga-gung, ga-gung, ga-gung. But that is deep, reverberating up the valley. The sounds of approach that you heard are in front of these drums. They are heralds, pardon the pun.
Yeah, come on, you fuckers. You've been coming for a day now.
You see you see 3 shadowy figures creeping up the trail, and they seem not to notice or care about the fissure to their left. But where are you in the path? Are you hidden?
Nah. No point in hiding. They know I'm here.
Then they approach, and as they do so, you see the darkened, blasted armor of the Nilfgaardian Blackguard. They come closer. They don't offer parley. They don't offer peace. They simply attack. My friend, I need you to roll some initiative for me, as Herald is again thrust into battle.
Yep, just that kind of day. Where is that initiative there? That's a 13.
Alrighty, let's do this. Boom. Oh, look at that. Goes to you, my friend. As the 3 approach, 13 against 13, you get to go first. They come at you from the front, the right, and the left, but approach you they do, swinging their swords, hoping to behead a witcher.
Yeah, that's what the last guy thought too. Gonna move on in, and with my lovely sword, get the guy in the front, go with some quick strikes.
Let's do it.
Okay. Cool. 17 and 22.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot the +8. Sorry, those would be 25 and 30 with that lovely silver from Legion.
Looking good from Legion. As a fumble for the first, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this right now, depending upon who it's with. These are going to be, the first is a critical, my friend. I would like you to roll me let's do a 2d6 for me, please.
2d6, yes, says. We can do that. 4.
Alrighty, and with a 4, tell me what you would like to do with the arm that goes flying off, holding a Nilfgaardian sword.
That's my arm now, thank you. And take it.
As you swing up with a quick strike, the arm severs and bisects at the bicep, and as the man looks down and grabs at his stump, you step forward and plant your boot on the still flexing hand of the sword arm. Your second strike may go elsewhere. This person is currently out of the fight. So with that second one, I want you to roll another 2d6, my friend, as I believe with your +8, that would give you a 30.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's an 8 on the dice.
Tell me what you do when you run hilt deep up into this person's stomach as the second person comes at you.
So he will dash forward, and as he plunges the sword in, says, "You tell Jochen Peters I'm coming for him."
And the person looks at you, and you can feel your eyes, your Witcher eyes still locked on theirs, and you can see the eyes darting up north, south, east, west, scrambling as if a gaze can save a life, but in this instance it cannot. You can feel the warmth over your hand through the gloves as it pours over your pommel. And almost in answer to your declaration, you hear him say and whisper, "Jochen Peters." And then you feel the weight of the full body on your sword as it pulls free of the stomach. You have one left here, my friend, but it seems that they are undeterred. Do you wish to spend some stamina and go again?
Yeah, little stamina to finish this group off. If I can do this now, get this now, that'll save me some time later. So we'll do that. And aim another couple quick strikes at this guy to finish him. Oh boy. Oh, let's get that. Forgot. Silver is very nice. That makes this a lot easier than when we were doing combat earlier and I didn't have that on hand.
But still had like 2 criticals or whatever it was. It was amazing.
It was nice. It was nice.
It was good stuff.
A 24 and a 22.
All right,
this one.
Let's have this person roll some dodges just to see. Ooh.
Oh, looks like we got a badass. Okay.
The first attack on the fresh person goes aside. And let's see about this second dodge. This one's going to hit, but it's not going to be for a critical. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So that is just landing in the torso.
For 4.
For 17, actually.
Oh, for 17, I'm sorry. Yeah, target location. And then for 17,
Yeah.
You feel some of the armor catch a bit, but it's not. This is light armor. This is the armor of a scout. So you can feel it go through the hardened leather and again pierce and bite deep into the side. But this person, whether this pain is something that encompasses or hinders, it doesn't reflect in their movements as they attack twice. And I get to do that.
That's less than ideal. I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to dodge. That seems like a really good idea right now.
Right.
Or to parry, if I can.
Yep. As these 2 attacks come in, you may dodge one for free and then spend some stamina to dodge the second.
Okay. So dodge the first one.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Roll your critical, man.
31.
Okay.
Not quite there.
Okay, but what that does is that prevents any type of critical from happening. And let's see what we do here. I'll go ahead and roll damage for this one. That would be 9 damage, but if you have any armor...
Really? don't I have points of luck I can spend? I can spend a couple luck. And
Yeah, I'll allow you to
jack
spend
that
some
up to a
luck here.
33.
And
Yeah.
and by the way, did that have the +8 on it, the dodge?
Yes, that was with the +8.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that should get a 33 and get me out of the way there.
Absolutely. So I will. In fact, I'll allow you to spend just 1 point of luck, and ties always
That'll
go
be
to the
enough.
defender. And
Oh,
so,
shiny.
and then with the second one, the person struck with the 29, and this will take some stamina burn to be able to dodge this one as well as you continue to move around.
Absolutely spent that. Come on. You can do it. 27. We'll spend 2 more luck, get that up to a 29.
Okay, and again, what I'll do is I'll let you take it for this first round, but normally you have to declare luck before.
Got it. Understood.
Yep, but that's okay. I'll take it this time.
All right.
So you're just barely in your weakened state, both with physical damage done to you and just exhaustion. You're able to still move out of the way. The Witcher training that you have received, gift enough to best this last swordsman. And it is again your turn. The person with the stump drops to their knees, and you hear them whisper, "Jorgen Peters," and they drop face first into the ground.
When I find this Jorgen Peters, I'm gonna gut him so good. And he'll pull the sword out of the guy's gut, twirl it around, and go for another strike. And this one, I think we're gonna do just a strong strike, just to finish it. I think. 'Cause
I love it.
there's more trouble coming, and we're gonna need all we can get. Money, 26.
Okay, so with a 26, let me roll this and see what we get. With a 15, I need you to roll a 2d6 and see what we do with that.
It's 3.
Okay, so with an arm already beneath your boot, you're going to add a leg to it, but you're also going to dispatch this person. Roll me some damage just to see how powerful this is, because this is a strong strike. All damage is doubled that you get through here.
Roll 20 will oblige me for half a second. That goes to a 32.
So with 32, as it bleeds, and with a critical, the additional damage, I'm simply using to offset the half hit points that it would be for a leg, because I don't think you should be penalized for them cutting a leg off. So with 32, you are able to cut through this person, taking and robbing them of the ability to stand. But as they do so, and as they slip and fall back, as the frost comes out of the mouth, you expect it. You hear a prayer, a promise, a rite of passage, as the swordsman whispers, "Jorgen Peters," and crashes to the ground.
Flick the blood off my sword. Look around, make sure they are, because I thought there were 5 of them coming. I could have sworn.
You see only 3. And from the fissure, you see Basil come out as the sounds of silence creep from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 seconds. You see, and they begin to move towards you.
Let's go. We can try and outpace them.
Roll me awareness.
$28.
You look down and you see that the person that you had struck in the belly, the one that had whispered Jorgen Peters before they had fallen, you notice that of the 3 fallen forms here, only one of them still exhales. Only one of them still has that wisp of frost that's creeping from their lips, but it's shallow. It's a light burn in a fall chimney. And then it stops. And as soon as that breath, that chimney ceases, you hear cocoon, cocoon, and it's closer.
Let's go.
Yes, right. And Basil looks at you and for maybe the 12th time in this trip sees what you've done and nods as if his opinion on martial prowess means anything. He says, fantastic work.
Better be getting paid real well for this.
Yes. And you continue your rise into the Dragon Mountains. And as the cocoon, cocoon sounds from the deep, we again travel in a reverse direction to the country of Sidaris and the floor and chair of Ainfer the Mage as Yannick,
Yes.
the door splinters in the rear finally.
So while they were dunk banging on the door, I, sitting in the chair, pull out my bottle of alchemical adhesive and I'm gluing myself to the chair.
Okay.
Okay. Just so you know.
Lindy, I just want to let you know that we've played together so long
Yes.
that you gluing yourself to a chair doesn't surprise me. So everybody, Legion, you watch it, everyone watching on YouTube, just know that this is like year 3-ish, three and change
3 years.
for Lindy and I playing together. And if you think Lindy gluing herself or her character to a chair is something, I suggest a deeper dive into YouTube, as the glory that is Laugh Love Lindy cannot be described. It can only be experienced. You're glued.
And I'm not like doing it to my clothes. Like I am gluing myself to this chair because it's too easy to like, oh, it's just her skirt that's stuck. No. Hike it up in the back, glue myself down. I'm glued to this chair.
Okay. So the door bursts and no one enters. And Paul looks at you and says, I think they're coming in.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit there again, like, you know, arms up my sleeves, very calm, just chilling. I'm not going anywhere.
Would you like us to get help?
Yeah, you know, that'd be great.
There was a witcher on the hill.
Yeah, go get him. I'm sure that'd be fine. I'm sure that can't possibly add anything worse to this scenario.
Witchers still require payment, I believe. Do we have anything to pay them with?
Yeah, I got plenty of money.
Okay, well,
Tell him. Look how much money I've got. So much money. 500 grounds.
if I can make them hear me, I will.
Okay.
Okay. But
All right. You should go.
Lark
Sooner the better.
Lark is up
Okay.
painting them now. I'll be right back. And
Okay.
you see him, and as soon as he exits the room, he passes through a town's guardsman that walks into the room.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. Just sitting here.
What's wrong with
Hello?
you? What's wrong with you? What
Oh,
didn't
if
you
I
ever
walk,
say?
I die. So this is my chair, and I'm stuck to it.
What do you mean? You sick? He takes a step back.
Yes, I have a lot of medical conditions.
Roll deception.
Well, she does.
I know. The DC's lowered on this one, but I don't want to reveal.
Of course. I'm gonna spend 2 more luck. Let's just, yeah. Okay, another deception. I should really put a point in deception at some point. I've been using it a lot more these past several episodes. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh.
Critical.
Yeah, I got a lot of. I have. Listen, buddy, I'm a doctor, and I would know if I have a lot of medical conditions. And I have. You don't even want the list. It's a lot.
This is a younger man, too thin for the outfit, the uniform, and even the armor that he's wearing. It's definitely somebody else's. But he begins to take a step back, and you see his shoulder kind of punch forward as a gauntleted hand guides him into the room, as you see somebody wearing the same coloring and same tabard and heraldry as the younger man, but this one
I took my medicine today, so I shouldn't be contagious, but if you need me to be out of the way, just like scoot my chair over somewhere, I guess.
Where's the mage?
Believe that she left this morning to go see Duke Aglaval in his villa.
They both look at one another. Are you her friend?
I wouldn't say we're friends.
Did she put you in this chair?
No, this is my chair. I'm a healer. I'm a consultant. I heal people who ask me to or hire me to. Usually hire.
The skinnier guard, obviously of lower rank, dares a question of his own. Is she the one that made you sick?
No, I've been sick for a long time.
Oh, and the captain of the guard.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're going to have to go with us.
Okay, well, if you want to carry this chair, that's good on you. Where are we going?
You'll like it. It's a good breeze. Roll an awareness for me.
Okay. I'm also trying to tell how many guards there are. Okay. 25.
You sense that there are 3 in total, and with a gesture of the skinnier guard out the back door, you would assume, you hear the approach of the 3rd. They seem not to be questioning the fact that you cannot get up out of the chair.
Yeah.
This being the continent and a fear of mages kind of oozing from Redania at this point, anything's possible here. So they seem to be moving to pick you up. But as the 3rd enters into the room, you see passage from what you know to be the kitchen into the sitting room. As soon as he passes in and they move towards you, because you're sitting, they take up your vision, these 2 kind of lesser ranked guards. But as they bend down to put their hands on either side of your chair,
So tempted to just stab them both while they're right in this position.
they're right there. They're literally like here, right here. You know, as they kind of get down to lift you up.
Only 3 of them. How far away is the 3rd?
He's about 10 feet. He never came any closer. But
okay.
I tell you what, Lindy, because of your incredible rolls here, I will let you know this. As they bend down to pick up your chair, much kind of like carrying you like a litter or a...
yeah.
As they go
sent someplace with a nice breeze. I'm guessing they're going to yeet me off a cliff, is what I'm assuming. I don't know Sidaris particularly well, but that's just a generic Yannicka assumption.
Do you want to, try to glean anything, human perception off of them, or?
Yeah, I would love to.
Sure.
Said you'll like it. It's got a nice breeze and stuff, and.
Yeah, they're gonna kill you.
Okay. Then yes, while their necks are nice and vulnerable right there. Out comes because it's a long dagger, a very short sword. Comes out. I'd like to stab.
Okay, before we cut away.
Okay.
What I would like to do is, as you bend over, or as they bend over to pick you up, you see that just as their heads kind of give you back your full range of vision, you see Ezekon of Kreve standing in the doorway.
I should have known it. I think she just thinks to herself, I should have known it was a ghost witcher. Just more dead people. That's great. That's just her thought, but she's still gonna go for the stabby stab.
As you draw your long knife or short sword, you see that Ezekon of Kreve draws one as well.
Cool. You can get that third guy that's 10 feet away.
Yeah, the strange thing is, the captain of the guard turns as if he hears something from Ezekon's direction. Let's cut away from this scene. And as we do so, we go back to the group proper who has been patiently waiting, my lovely group. As you all are thundering away from the villa, you have passed your ride checks. You are able to outpace the wild hunt who has destroyed the villa, along with the Cyclops who has rent and destroyed it. And even you're about 30, 60 seconds down the road when the ground beneath you shakes. You realize that the Cyclops has finally fallen. In which direction, you can't tell now. But you all are riding, and for the purposes of mechanics, any stamina you spent inside the villa remains unregained until I let you know. But my group, as you thunder away from this position, the four that we see here, Dusa, Eris, Wim, and Ainfer the Mage, who currently has a liability claim on her homeowner's insurance. In addition to that, we also have the Nilfgaardian commander, Fofri, saved by Dusa the Knight. But the five of you are rushing away. What do you do other than flee?
Flee?
Keep looking back to see if anyone is gaining ground.
Yep, that's a good one.
Let's roll some awareness all around. Anybody that wants to do that?
Yeah. When I see Wim do that, I'm going to do that.
Don't look back.
Don't forget about your 8s, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
So 22 for Ainfra.
29.
Okay, so Witchers, as you look back in the following order, Dusa, Wim, Eris, you are able to glean the following as you do not see any signs of pursuit. None of the odd blue-white hounds that you were fighting.
Wait, Greg. I look up to see if they're pursuing us in the sky.
It's funny you should say that.
There you go. Oh, there they are.
No.
Ah, they were hiding behind the moon.
As you look up, again, there are no riders in the sky. The wild hunt hasn't taken to cloud to chase you down. But you do see white sparrows that seem to be circling in a widening spire around your position. They are high. They are maybe 2-3 dozen. A whole flock of these small white birds. And with your awareness scores, Dusa, you're the one that can kind of see it best. Each of them have kind of brilliant, glowing blue eyes. And they spin above you.
And it reminds me of something. Someone. Mm-hmm.
And all of you, whoa! Oh, wow, whoa! I'm gonna have to stretch for this one. Hold on a sec. Okay. Jeez, oh Pete, zombie. Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
We just had a donation for 10 Winds Howling, everybody.
We did.
To come in. So, zombie.
Isn't there a limit on?
Yeah, that was it. We just hit it.
That was it.
For the first time ever.
Already at 8.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Those are just assumed. Those aren't actual. So now we're at 10, which is that we are at the maximum silver and the maximum Winds Howling. I couldn't be happier. This is great. I
feel like this is a great opportunity to up the ante for silver to 10.
No, but you know what? Right? I like your up the ante suggestion, Billy. Everybody, yeah, we're gonna leave it wide open. If we want to make Winds Howling even worse, that there's no cap on Winds Howling tonight, everybody.
Oh my god,
no cap. So we can. Ooh. That's wide open for everyone.
Get those backup characters ready, y'all.
Get to rolling. Life paths. Here we come. Okay, so As you all look back and see this, all of you, including Ainfra, as you are riding and thundering down what is essentially a peninsula that leads from Sidaris proper out along this kind of narrowing landmass to the point at which the Bremervord villa rested on, you realize the temperature isn't warming at all. The horse's breath, your breath, everything is still trailing out of noses, rushed behind you back towards the wild hunt as you ride. What do you do? If it's just ride, let me know it's just ride.
Greg,
Yes.
I would like to find the path of least resistance and maximum speed, irregardless of bearing, heading, or destination. I am literally just clearing a path from us with zero idea of where we're going other than away from them.
Very good. Why don't you roll me a wilderness, what is it, wilderness survival? Is that what we have? Or I always forget.
That sounds about right.
Or riding.
No riding at this point. This is just navigation. So...
Yeah, that's about, that's a 20.
You don't know where you're going, but you're making great time.
Can I help direct him a little bit? Because technically I'm riding behind him.
Can you help? Sure, you can roll your own wilderness survival to chart the path here.
Could I make an argument for, like, education or deduction because I lived here and so I kind of know the path between Sidaris and Angleval's?
I would all do,
Probably?
yeah, I will lower the DC for you because you're a resident.
Okay. Where is wilderness survival? Where is wilderness survival? Oh, there it is. It's a 22.
Okay. So as you ride, it's not that you ride off into a ravine or anything like this. This is very flat, open land. It's still coastal because you're on a peninsula. Luckily, there's really no way to not go in the right direction as you're headed due east. You do hit the main road, and I will ask at this point, I would normally tell you what the path would be quickest. I'm assuming if you're riding back towards Ainfra's, you can either go, this is the part in the video game where you decide to either go overland because you know it's quicker or stick to the main roads because you know it's safer. And I will ask that of the group. You reach a road.
With 10 winds howling.
Yeah.
I would vote to stick to the road.
I think Zombie just did 2 more.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I just want to make sure we're making good decisions for the environment that we're in.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
Ainfra,
But the winds are howling.
The winds are strong.
Very strong.
She would point out the road and also point out that this is you could go overland here and it'd be faster, but I can't guarantee the safety of it.
And so that's what I need to know. Do you go for speed or safety?
If they're not right on their tail.
Safety. We go the safety route.
I have a wounded soldier, so I'd rather be safe.
Yeah, at this point too, Dusa, as you're riding, Fofri has literally placed her arm like through elements of your armor, and you can feel that she is sort of lashed to you right now. She's unconscious behind you.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. Great. Yeah, let's ride on then.
Let's take the road. I need to breathe for a moment, and then we might be able to shorten this trip a little bit.
Fair enough.
As you turn up the road and ride for if that is in fact where everybody is going, as you turn up the road and ride for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, you realize that the temperature has gone from cold to you actually see things beginning to freeze. You see standing water with a kind of a sheen of ice atop it. Some of it breaks as your horses kind of hoof through these standing puddles along the road. You pass by in a thunderous roar as pedestrians that seem to be walking with large packs of kind of wheat and backpacks full of granary, blow into hands ill-prepared for the change of weather, and also wide-eyed at the approach of 3 identifiable witchers as you ride back on horses without saddle or tack.
Ooh.
Snow begins to fall as well. And the winds, they begin to howl. Best possible speed? Are you trying to make it back to Ainfris?
Oh, yeah.
Riding checks from everyone as you lay it out.
Greg, can I take a recovery action at this point? Because I'm basically riding behind.
I will let you know if there is... Yeah, you can take a recovery action. You can roll for it if you want.
Oh.
I mean, I don't roll for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, yeah, what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
The brothers with equal 31s.
Yeah.
Nobody better
What?
at it than, as everything's a competition, including killing and running away from a cyclops, according to Eris. As you ride in this direction, Dusa, you feel Commander Fofri slip from behind you, and you feel her leaving the horse. Just as you kind of round a corner, it's nothing, there were no quick movements, you just kind of feel her pull away as whatever anchor she had, just by bad luck, seemed to have given way, and you feel her arms slide away from around you, and she begins to fall off the horse. What would you like to do, my friend?
I'm going to try to catch her, cursing himself for not tying her there. So I guess that's going to be... what's that going to be? Physique? Or what?
Let's see. Yeah,
Reflexes?
yeah, just do reflexes, and
Reflexes.
what do I want from that?
Yeah, exactly.
Give me an athletics. Just give me a straight athletics that you're trying to grab. I took that one out, Trooper. There was that one that said, calm the winds, save the witchers. I didn't think, nobody wanted that donation, right?
Yeah. Hi, Trooper. It's 26.
Okay, you're able to reach back and just barely kind of grab her. You realize that she's in a bad way in that you're going to have to kind of move her in front of you. Almost kind of, holding onto her, around her as you control the horse's mane. This is going to give you a -2 on riding checks going forward, but you don't think she can hang on by herself, not without a saddle.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to help her. Trying to hedge her in, and she's in front of me, and keep her from falling.
Okay, you have to stop for a second to kind of move her around. Eris, Wim, do you pull your horses or do you continue to ride?
I will slow my speed, but I'm not coming to a stop.
Yeah, Wim will do the same. Because it's important to keep the group together. So if he recognizes someone's stopping or slowing down, he'll kind of do what's middling.
Shoot them a look and give them a sign, like I just need a minute and a second. Set her up and get going again.
Wim, roll me an awareness. And Ainfra, you are on Eris's horse, correct? You can roll me an awareness too. Eris, you're slowing down but continuing to ride, so I'll respect that.
27.
There's something coming.
All right.
Ainfram. You can't see it. You can feel it. And you all get 2 doses of swallow from Sphinx. But that's not what you feel. That's nice. That's a nice thing, but you feel a rumbling beneath your feet through the horse. The horses themselves are beginning to become... Their eyes, even though they're lathered, are getting wide. There's a fear that they're smelling. Something's off.
Can I roll magical training?
Sure.
Because this isn't natural, and she knows the hunt are after them, and she knows that the hunt really want their attention. Damn. Oh wait, wrong one, sorry. 24.
I mean, you've witnessed the wild hunt just recently. The temperature would indicate some type of involvement from them, but other than that, you can't glean what exactly is going on here. You know, something wicked this way comes.
Greg,
Yes, my friend.
how badly injured does the commander look?
She's hurt, man. Nothing that Yannick couldn't fix, I will add.
I bring the horse to a stop, take my bow off my back. I'm gonna knock an arrow. Specifically, I'm gonna knock just check. A bodkin arrow for armor piercing. And I look back. And I look towards Dusa and I say, get her on the horse. We're
Right.
not slowing.
He'll nod and look at the horse. Does the horse look? Does it look like it's about to bolt or?
The good thing
or
about
whatever?
Dusa,
How are they looking, these horses?
your horse looks great because at the end of our last
Good.
episode, Wim, the horse whisperer, as well as the appropriate applicator of garlic, he was able to crit when he calmed your animal. Crit as he calmed your animal, and so your horse is continuing to maintain this kind of level demeanor. Yeah, your horse is fine. It's under your control.
Just tap it on the shoulder, let it know I'm getting back on, and the soldier back on and get on and start riding towards the brothers.
Yeah. You're able to do so, and again, for everybody else that's looking back now, you can see Commander Fofri. Even from this area, you can see that there is a very rough splint upon her right leg, and the leg is now bent awkwardly. You can tell it's bent from a place other than the joint because you're riding on a saddle. Or you're riding on a horse, so you have to, and she is completely unconscious. Her head is bobbing with each of the gallops. Dusa has her, though. And the snow is lighting.
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop.
You all thunder and begin to ride as you continue down the road. As you ride on for another 15-20 minutes, the horses are lathered, but these are horses that are bred and well kept. They're the horses of royalty. And a half day's hard ride is not something that it'll take a lot out of a horse, but it won't necessarily kill a horse. These horses are strong of breed, and they're able to carry even the horses that are carrying two. So I'm not going to make you have to roll to see if your mounts are failing or anything of that nature. They are fulfilling their obligations to you. However, I need awareness rolls from everyone as you travel along the road.
Yeah, me too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Those are nice rolls there.
It's +8.
As you all, yeah, the DC's been jacked up. As you all look back over, as you all look back over your shoulders, the sparrows that are high overhead have moved back about 100, 200 yards from you. They continue to roll in the air like a circling spire. But every time you are now hit kind of like the low forest here, you're riding into maples. No evergreens are present, but you know some of the harder woods are starting to appear here as you go into Sidaris proper, and as it weaves in and out of hill and tree, every so often you catch in the distance behind you a flash of white and blue, low to the ground. Something is running. And for the brothers who faced one of these very close, you know exactly what it is. It's one of these hounds, this pack of the frost.
If I can get a bead on it, I will absolutely take a shot at it, but I'm not sacrificing speed. That is nowhere near as important.
Josh, I will absolutely, you are a Witcher of training. You are Eris. I will allow a shot to be taken. I will, it's a long range shot at this point. You may take it. This creature does not expect it, so I will add no further penalties to it. As it's running full speed after you. But you may take a shot if you'd like.
Fair enough. It's gonna be, we're gonna go for one strong strike. And is long range, random. Say 21.
As it flies through the air, the creature comes around the corner a half beat sooner than you expected. And as it appears for a second, bobbing up and down, its natural gait carries it away from the more lethal quality of your arrow. You do see it draw through the fur. You're not sure if there's any damage done by this strike. You came very close, but it was still just a touch out of range. The creature falls back, though, and you don't see it pursuing quite as quickly.
Yeah, I'm not interested in killing this thing. I'm just interested in slowing this thing.
Okay, you seem to have done that for now. Everyone, are you continuing to ride on?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like endurance rolls from everyone. DC on this one's 25, friends.
There you go. 25.
Oh, 26.
It's like Ainfra spends a lot of time in the cold.
That is a 20.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 21, which, if we can all do simple math, is one more than 20.
I need everybody that got below a 25. I need you to reduce 6 stamina and 3 hit points from your character, please. And you ride on. The morning turns into noon, turns into early afternoon, turns into late afternoon. The horses are slick beneath you. The only thing warm in this entire place seems to be the beasts that you're riding. They are lathered. Sometimes it's difficult to maintain your position as they thunder down and away from this creeping cold. You see a town appear ahead, and for you would know this to be Sidaris proper. You would know that your home lies within this town. How do you approach your home?
She kind of taps Iris on the shoulder and says, I'm sorry, you're not going to like me in a minute. And, yeah. Because she's riding behind you.
I mean, you're on my horse.
Yeah. You're not going to like me in a minute. Ride all the way up to the front gate and don't stop.
I don't stop. I just prepared a hard bail off this horse.
You all thunder into the west gate of Sidaris City, the capital, and as you rush in, clattering along the ground, everyone, there's a lot more traffic here, both inside and outside the city proper, everyone talking about the strange weather. A few people making signs of protection, some people lighting sage, others taking approaches even more religious. You see someone killing a goat as you go by, and they immediately take the blood and smear it on their face. You see that this type of change in the weather is being met by the skeptical to the downright terrified, and all points in between. But as you ride into this area, the snow now is about an inch or two deep. You haven't been able to outrun the snowfall. And as you enter Sidaris, maybe 10, 20 seconds, that group of traffic, that people behind you that you left just outside the city that are on foot, you hear them begin to scream.
Don't stop.
I'm not going to look back.
Follow suit.
You get to your house. You pass by city guard as they are rushing back towards the west gate. There are screams going up. You hear bells being rung. You can guess, but you do not see anything other than the preparations, the reactions. You see people running with you. You see men and women carrying children as they scurry from the west to the east as they run. The point people for fear itself. But your house is before you. Front door is open. And there are 3 horses tethered to the hitch outside the stone wall.
I locked the door before we left. And Yennefer and Yannick would not have opened it. She swings off of the horse, behind the horse from Eris, and proceeds to go stride full on angry sorceress at her front door.
I will sling my bow across my back, draw the sword I confiscated off of my friend who should be dead, and take my dagger in my other hand, and I will almost sort of, I know we probably won't fit through side by side, but I'm going in with Ainfra.
You're able to make it in. You're able to either, shoulder lead in, the two of you with Leo Bonnart's sword out in front of you at the ready. And as you pass into the front room, a room that has a chair with an elf glued to it, you see 2 bodies getting colder and not older on either side of Yannick. They wear the heraldry of the town guard. And against the far wall, you see a captain, helmet off, hair white, eyes open wide with no discernible wound. Yannick is
Hey guys,
covered in blood.
Sorry about the door.
Is any of
I'm
that yours?
Chair.
Is any of that yours?
No.
Fine then.
We're
We are
leaving.
not staying. Wim, get the kitchen. Eris, help him.
The
Do
kitchen.
so with
Please?
Anything, not right now. Anything that you can carry, go. Do so with me. We're going to grab everything we can.
And do so. He's going to bring in the wounded soldier and
Just,
put her on the
oh
couch.
great. I've broken another, okay.
Broken.
I'm glued to this chair and I may be very cursed, so.
We'll fix the curse later.
Okay.
What kind of chair is it?
It's like a dining room chair. It's whatever chair was
A simple
nearby.
wooden chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladder back wooden chair.
Yep.
Okay.
Just letting you know I'm not walking.
I
Anyway.
ignore her entirely. I want to go to I want to go
I
to
think she was mostly talking to Ainfra during that.
I'm gonna grab a table, put it right next to Lindy.
Yep.
I mean,
Cool.
right next to Yannicka.
Yeah.
And then just put the body on top of that table.
Okay. Busted leg. Whiplash? Fine.
Good.
Do what I can real fast.
Everyone roll me an awareness check, please.
Okay.
A critical. Oh, no, not me.
Oh, roll it again! Roll it again! I love these!
Oh my god. It's 44.
44. 44. Love it, I love it. Okay, so it would make sense that many of you hear this, but it's Ainfra who hears it first. Ainfra, this is your house. This is your city. This is your country of current residence. But as you are all sitting there and Yannicka is preparing to tend to Commander Fofree, you hear what can only be described as the splitting and sundering of rock. This is the deep wood sound when the temperature drops well below freezing. When it gets to the point where the earth itself gives way to the might of frozen water. And you see pieces of your retaining wall spill into the living room or the sitting room. It is covered in frost and ice. It has a bluish quality to it, a deep freeze. It has this edging as if it were propelled from its point, and the air itself froze and created lines and jagged moments from each shard. And you hear footsteps approaching up cobblestones.
Food now. Everyone else. If it's not nailed down, grab it if it's useful. If not, don't worry about it. We don't have time. And Ainfra just goes upstairs and doesn't even look, doesn't wait, goes to her room, just kind of shoves open the door into her, like behind the folded screen where she keeps all of her ritual components and things, and opens a wardrobe and grabs a coat, a heavy long coat that's a little, it's too big for her, it's not hers, but he's not going to be looking for it anytime soon.
Okay.
And just starts shoving everything she can in all of her pockets if it's useful.
Okay.
And then that's it.
What's everyone else doing as Ainfra rushes upstairs?
When
The
would
leg.
grab a cast iron skillet and a fistful of rosemary, shove the rosemary in one of his pouches, and then hang the cast iron skillet off his belt and just scour for any sort of like dried salted meat that he could throw for the journey.
Dry goods.
Everybody that's watching the show, I am right now writing down Fistful of Rosemary for a future episode title because it sounds like both a Western and something that is whim specific. So, Fistful of Rosemary, watch for it, season 3 maybe. We'll see.
Then sequel for a few herbs more.
The good, the bad, and the timely.
There we go.
No.
Voice from nowhere. Right. Yeah, Fistful
The
of
bad
Dollops.
stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so
All the world's a sage.
I need a healing hands as you quickly look to see. Yannicka is quick. Yannicka is fast. Yannicka can maybe provide instantaneous relief. You have seconds in which to do this. Everybody else is grabbing things. Dusa, Eris, what are you doing?
Slapping some numbing herbs, sanitizing stuff in here. Trying to set this leg. 29.
Okay.
Greg,
Can I spend a point of luck just to make it a 30?
Sure.
Okay.
Greg, I'm best at crafting potions, but I go into the alchemist lab that Aethra has. I find anything that isn't liquid and in glass that won't mix, break, or slosh about after visiting the bedroom where I have slashed the sheets to make a big burlap knapsack, and I'm just going to throw everything that I can that's worth something, anything dried, any leaves, any bundles, anything that's in pouches, all of that kind of stuff, wrap it all up, and then I'm going to grab any vials and glassware and attach it to what, for the entirety of which has been like an empty bandolier for like vials and potions and bombs and everything like that, which I have never had. But I just equip like stuff super fast.
Okay, here's where we have our conversation, Josh. We have about one a session.
Yep.
So here's the conversation. I will allow you to get more, and more being almost everything from the alchemist shop that's, dried herbs and, like you said, things that aren't combustible. By getting exactly as you say, getting the sheet, creating it into a burlap sack, filling it. But that's going to cost you time. I will allow you to get about half as much just carrying it with the pockets and the bandoliers that you currently have on you, and not using anything else as a burlap sack or as a means of conveyance. You can get half, but it won't take you time.
If you would have asked me, I would have been doing the same thing as. So I'll be helping him out.
Okay.
So you know.
Okay, Dusa, if you're going in there as well to help everything,
Yeah.
I will.
mean, after hesitating over the.
You just hear
rubbing alcohol, and feeling the reassuring weight of that wine, he'll say fuck the alcohol and just help him out.
I forgot about the wine.
So Greg, I imagine like Dusa like hesitates, comes up and is like comes into like he has his moment downstairs and then comes into the alchemy lab, and then like he's like, where do I even begin? And moments later, Aris just walks in with essentially like 2 pillowcases, and it's just like, fill one of these, just fill it, and we go to town. Greg, you can spend stamina to take an extra action.
Sure you can.
So, how fast can I go, and how much stamina is it going to cost me? Counter proposal.
Then I
am not at full stamina.
I will counter your counter proposal, and this goes for both you and JF. How much stamina you got?
Oh.
Okay, Greg.
By the way, everybody, just so I'm not, I
19
think
points.
19. Okay, I will take.
I mean, maybe a bit less. Maybe 18. Yeah.
18. Eris, how much do you have?
I have 22.
I will take 10 from each of you to do what you need to do and fill your bag up. I will also let you know that you mentioned bombs and you mentioned things that we haven't had a chance to really sit down and do yet. I will say that just with this cursory evaluation of the alchemical room's capabilities, you can see that there are a lot of things for the base makeup of these bombs that are a part of the Witcher's arsenal.
Greg, I would like to roll. Where is it on my sheet? It's there it is. Dibs. I rolled dibs, and I just grab all of that shit. In fact, like I make a bomb out of a pillowcase. It's every bomb. It's all of them, all at once. Everything, and like
it's a bag of bombs, right? Okay,
it's a bag of bombs. Exactly. I tie it up, and we start. Like I look to do so, and I'm like, we gotta go.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, as you are all doing that, with 10 stamina being spent, I will allow you all to clear these things out in order of prominence, going for the very rare herbs down to the more common stuff. I won't be a jerk here and say that, you get a bunch of things that you could find along the road or anything like that. As you are all doing all of this, and as part of just this moment, who is in the front room? As Dusa and Eris go in, Wim, you go to the kitchen to do what you were going to do. Fistful of Rosemary.
I think it's just me and the unconscious elf.
I think so too.
No.
Oh wait, how far away is the kitchen from where? I thought it was like
It's not
the kitchen
far.
is in the entrance.
It's literally like one room over. It's like one door opening over. You could probably see
there's like a arch, but it's not like there's not a
And all I would have been grabbing was the cast iron pan and the rosemary.
I would like everybody in the house. Let's just go ahead and roll an endurance for me, please.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
I'd love to do that.
Sure.
This chair gives me so much endurance.
26.
5. Really?
It's a fumble.
No.
21 minus 6. Oh, fuck.
Yikes.
15.
12.
15 plus 8. Shit.
Okay, so what are your total? Who's below 15?
Win.
Is that Dusa? Are you below 15 as well?
I'm at 15.
Okay, for 15. Okay, as long as it's 15, that still makes it awful.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I would like you to take 11 stamina and...
Okay, I'm at 19. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then this will just... this is just for Wim. Wim take 11 stamina loss and 6 hit points.
Oof.
And this one will be for Dusa.
Yeah, I would have passed out. I'm at 8 stamina, so...
Dusa, you lose 3 stamina and you lose 2 hit points as a wave and a blast of cold comes into the room. Yannicka,
y'all can see, you can see Dusa is quite chilled.
Yannicka, you see this explosion, this fractals of ice kind of creep into the hardwood of the room, and you see this almost like a meat locker opening, a modern meat locker with a temperature differential. You see the threshold and the frame of the door fill with this fog. And then you see...
Getting a little cold in here, isn't it?
You see a white steel gauntleted boot step onto the ice. And then another. And as your gaze goes from boot to shin to thigh to hip to chest, you see that while a lot of effort was put into making this armor appear to be undead, this is actual armor that seems to have been expertly crafted with elements of bone, of ribs. You could swear that you could see depth in the ribs between each, but you know that's as there's elements of 3D.
It's a nice shading.
Yeah, it's done really, really well. Perhaps thinking back to your sister and her artistic bents, hints of a shading tutorial kind of allow you to see this, but you alone bear witness as a hunter of the wild hunt walks into the room, a sword of pure ice brandished in front of him. But what's that? Oh, we're taking our break. Everybody, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Love you all. See you in 5. Welcome back. I think can be heard. Yes, I am. Welcome back, everybody, to Witcher Wednesday. We are back from our break. Everybody, thank you so much for your donations so far. At the top, before we get back into the story, I'd like to remind everyone that here on Tales from the Grim, any donations that come in are split evenly among the cast. So when you make the characters' lives awful, that adds to the story. But I just want you all to know that in addition to the love or loathe that you're able to give them, you're also helping these fantastic players who are giving passion and backstory and such incredible depth to these characters, the likes of which I really haven't seen. And I love them all, both players and characters, and I love you all, Legion, for your donations. And just because I don't think I called it out, Sven also made sure Sven gave everybody another round of Swallow. So everyone make sure you have all of those active, everybody. Okay, fantastic. So as we left this scene, we had a hunter of the Wild Hunt walking into the room.
Yeah, and he seems to be moving in with purpose. It doesn't look like he's just like glancing in. He's
striding in as one of Power's
in an attempt to break the ice with this guy then. Yannick, she kind of just gesture to a chair not far from her. I'm like, care to have a seat since you let yourself in? I mean, I know there's no door,
but everyone but Ainfra. A wave of pure cold comes off of.
Yeah.
I need everyone in the vicinity to take. Actually, I needed to up that because of winds howling. Sorry, everybody.
No,
it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be.
It's too late now.
That same thing. It was meant to be. So everyone takes an immediate two cold damage that does not affect armor. It goes right through. Again, Dusa, you're the only one. Actually, there are others have felt this as well. But Dusa, you felt it strongly, that chill in your nose and in like the back of your throat as ice crystals begin to form in the actual membranes of your own body's moisture. And you feel it get cold. All of you may not be aware or see the arrival of this hunter, but you are aware and feel the arrival of this cold.
I wasn't quiet when I asked him if he wanted a seat, so.
Yeah, you are all aware of something happening, but at this moment, I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Okay.
Are we adding the +8 to initiative? Because
no, initiative. Don't add anything to initiative.
Yeah, okay. So that's 14 for me.
That's 11 for me.
Okay.
16.
Eris, Yannick, we're gonna go Yannick first since she's in the room, not because, but you'll be going basically simultaneously. Yannick, Eris, Wim, Dusa, Wim, Ainfra. Wait a minute. Ainfra, what did you roll? 14.
14.
So Ainfra, Wim, our friend, and Dusa. Yannick, what would you like to do?
He was in stabbing range.
He is not.
I'm gonna wait for him to walk a little further in so he can be within stabbing range.
Okay.
I'm gonna just ready a bunch of stabs. I'm gonna stab him so many times. I'm gonna spend stamina to stab him like a good 4 times.
Did you say stamina?
Stamina, yes, that's what its new name is.
Okay. You prepare your multi-stabber.
Yes, he just has to get within chair stabby distance. Yeah.
Okay, that's a held action. I'll let you know if he gets within your range.
Yeah.
That goes to
way better with this knife than my bow. So.
Oh.
Let's go to Eris. Eris, what would you like to do, my friend?
Hey, Greg.
Yo.
How close to the bottom of the stairs is he? I suppose that's almost a name for a question.
Yeah.
I mean, the alchemy room is on the first floor.
Oh, it's on the same floor?
Yeah, you're right beside the room, the sitting room. So it's the sitting room, the alchemy lab, the sitting room, and then the kitchen, and then back by the kitchen, a stairway up that leads to the second floor, and the bathroom and the bedrooms and stuff like that, as described narratively before.
Second question.
Yeah.
Would I know, given my history, and I'm fine if I have to make a check on this, if a certain oil that we actually have, Hangman's Venom, would work against this particular target?
I'm not going to make you roll for this, because I'll let you know that according to the written lore of the land, including that of the Vipers, no known oils or contact poisons have been shown to have effect on the Wild Hunt. Now, whether or not they do, that application has been lost to time.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, Greg, is I've got a lucrative paper coming out of this.
You do. You've got a thesis.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to...
If only you knew somebody from the University of Oxenford. Boy, wouldn't that be nice if that happened? Right.
I'm gonna come in, and I'm like, as he steps towards Yannicka, I want to like come out, step kind of behind him if I can,
closer.
And I want to double swipe. I want to go for some weak points. I want to see if I can find some points in his armor that ain't so good. So
sure. PhD in witchery, Sven. That is correct.
Okay. So that is a first one for a swordsman with a... He's in armor, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So that is that plus that. I haven't used this yet, so I hope you gave me something cool, Greg. I really do. I'm spend a point of luck for that, and then my second attack, that, which is that. Jesus. What's that? I'll go ahead and just roll a quick critical.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
So 49.
Shit.
That is something.
I'm using this is with my new sword. I haven't got to my knife yet.
We're gonna have fun with the new sword in just 1 second. I want to see what we get here.
Oh.
Okay, the first one's gonna hit.
Well. Good swordsman.
The second one's gonna hit. The second one will hit for a critical.
Okay. So for the...
I would like everybody, we're going to pause here for a second. Legion, +8, everybody. Silver changes the day. So, Eris with wings of angels, sending him to his rest. Go ahead.
On the arms of an angel. I'd like him to fly away. Somebody
clip that. Did somebody fucking clip that, please?
Okay, cool. So, first one. This is with my new sword. I don't actually know the name of it, but Chad is about to find out the name of it. So I will roll for the first attack, which is just a normal. That is 16 with 75% bleed chance.
And that is the sword of Leo Bonark, correct?
It is indeed.
Wow.
Roll me a d20.
Okay. That is a 16.
As you swing this sword, you see an arc of black lightning lance from, and this blade as described was as thick at the hilt as it was at the point. It's almost like a cleaver made into a sword.
It's an executioner's kind of blade.
It is. And as you swing it with purpose, this black lightning lances up from the pommel, crisscrosses in a helix around the top, and when it strikes, it does an additional 16 damage as a storm arrives in the living room of Ainfra's house.
Fandabby Doozles.
Fucking Jumanji up in here.
Now, with that first strike, you did 32 damage.
Yes.
I will let you know this. 2 of it gets through.
As in, would I have any way of knowing, as in I need to be using silver? Because this is a steel blade.
You can see that the black lightning that kind of crept, the ebony lightning that struck around the outside, seems to have had more of a purchase effect, more of a grip than your actual razor's edge did.
Okay. Second strike is I need to roll for a crit. So how do I do that? Do I roll 2d6?
2d6, yeah.
That is a 6.
Okay, and this crit would be a... Okay, as you swing the sword and as the lightning strikes, there is almost a static that is built up, and this static causes hairs along the back of your neck to lift, the back of your arms to lift, as you feel this purchase, this nature's manipulation of the air, so much to the point that you feel the bag that you have filled with all of these ingredients reverberate and almost become shocked, almost like it's charged at this moment, and you see a puff as some gray powder seems to ignite. As you do this, it flies and seems to get into the face of the creature in front of you, and for a moment you see it move back and forth as if blinded.
Okay, second round of attack.
Let's do it.
With my my poignard. Does that give me any advantage or any additional bonuses to hit?
Yeah. It will reduce my ability to dodge.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Second attack coming through. This is with my meteorite blade. So that will be... fuck it. Calling a headshot. Going for a strong strike.
Yeah.
Live dangerously. Spending 2 luck on this. There we go. Plus that, plus that. Plus that. There we go. No, that's not right. There it is. 32.
Nice. Nope, might not. Good.
Oh, wait. I think I rolled that wrong. I might have rolled that wrong. Oh, it's exactly the same. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
You hit.
Is that a critical? It's 7 between, but
No,
would
it's...
it need to be 1 lower?
You would need... Oh, no, 7 is a critical, a simple critical.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 2d6 again. That's 2. I don't know if low is good.
Oh.
High is best.
Okay.
In every aspect of life.
Yeah.
So that is that, plus there is an additional damage for making a heavy strike, I think.
A heavy strike is double damage, and a headshot is triple damage.
Oh my god.
So that is 7 doubled...
To 14.
Do I triple it first, or do I double it first?
Let's double
Does
it
it matter?
first. No, it doesn't matter. But you can double it to 14, and then you would triple it to 42.
So 42 damage. And I need 2 bleed checks and a burn check.
Okay.
If that applies.
What I'm going to do here is I am doing something behind the scenes. You're not able to glean any information from the Wild Hunt.
Fantastic.
So you can't. It could very well be working. You're not sure though.
I'm just here to have a good time, Greg.
I know. Okay, so you do feel as you cut through this intricate armor as it was described to Yannicka, this skeleton, this almost like if the Cobra Kai decided that they wanted to become armorers, they would make this skeletal outfit. And so as you draw a line, you see several links of the artistically painted vertebrae along the black throat mail catch and splinter, and you see the ring split for a second, and you see very pale humanoid flesh beneath, flesh that is drawn red with blood. Anything else, my friend?
I want to try and sandwich him between me and Yannicka and kind of push him back a little bit.
Does he stumble in my range?
He doesn't stumble. If it had been a bigger critical,
because he's blind. That's all I say. That's all I ask.
He's no longer blind. It was blind for one attack. Yeah. So
okay, that's fine.
Spit in his eyes. There's a long-standing thing of witches spitting at people in this thing. I do it.
You are able. Free action is a spit. You can always spit. So with a,
I'll remember that, Greg.
I know you will. It'll be somehow used against me in the finale. Okay. So, do you have anything else you would like to do, Eris?
That is me.
Ainfra.
Yeah.
Ainfra's coming down the stairs, and she sees this guy, and she's tired and pissed and doesn't want him here, and just slams the staff in her Frostfang staff in her hand, and reaches out a hand and pulls, and I need him to make, let me just double check a thing. Yeah, it's a resist magic check.
Is this cold based?
No.
Remember to put in my winds howling. Hot.
39.
33 for the resist.
Yeah, she reaches out and pulls literally half of the moisture from his body and pulls it out as she casts anvil, which is a dehydration spell, and does 4d6 damage through armor for 16, and then does an additional 4d6 damage to his stamina for 12.
The 12 is a stamina bleed?
Yes.
Very good, very
and
good.
Just turns to him and says, "Would you like to leave my house now?" As she kind of leans over the side of the stairs.
Let's do this just to help Yannicka out a bit.
Huh?
Potentially. DC on this one is 25. Just so you know before I do it. He maintains almost like a statue as he kind of rolls for a second.
Just leaning forward in the chair.
Yeah, he's like 2 or 3 feet away from a good stab. Wim, Ainfra, I'm sorry. Do you have anything else that you would like to do as you cast this and you can see it have a visible effect? There's a lot of expression being given to the blood-soaked neck, but beyond that, you can't see the tensing of muscles beneath the macabre armor that he wears.
Since we've declared this previously with this spell, and it literally pulls the moisture from this individual, can I just shove it back in his face?
The
Like
moisture?
we've done before? That she's pulled from his body.
Just to splash him like a spit.
Just splash.
A magic spit.
Water bending.
Roll me a d20, no modifiers.
Okay.
You want an 11 to 20.
3. Never mind.
As soon as it pulls free, it becomes like an amorphous block of ice and drops to the ground. The air around almost flash freezes it as it comes out.
Yeah.
It's like a slushy, and then it's not. It's like ice. Anything else, my friend? If not, it is over to Wim.
Okie dokie. So from where I'm at in the kitchen, one room over, the door being left open, and I can kind of see Yannicka. Can I see the wild hunter.
He is
And
a
can he see
dominant
me?
fixture of the living room.
Yeah, can he see me from where I'm at?
You would assume so. He has more pressing matters, as a mage and a pesky witcher with an electrified sword have made their presence more prominent.
All right, old boy's gonna charge for a strong attack with the silver knuckles. Let's see here. So that's okay, and that's
Calling
And
a
I'm
shot
going-
or just going wherever you can hit with the knuckles.
Interesting perspective. You know what? With as much, I'm only going to get +8 once, so I'm going to call the shot to.
That's
the
why I
head.
asked. That's why I asked.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, you son of a gun. So yeah, he's got to roll dick.
He might.
He could.
He could roll.
Yeah, we're gonna roll something else too. Let's see. I need you to roll for me a D10. Oh, actually, no. I don't.
Nice.
Actually, I don't need that. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I do this right. Okay. With this, I need you to roll damage with your knuckles.
Can't do that through the brawling part. Let me. There we go. 10 was the first one.
Was that a strong strike?
No, it was just the regular damage, so it would have been
12?
20.
Okay, 20.
Yeah, it's double with the strong strike, and then with a headshot, it would have been triple.
Okay, well, let's just go with the double damage because we have something else in play here. I need Eris and Yannick to each roll me a straight D20.
Sure. Now, if he punches me, does this mean I will be within stabbing range of this guy? Like, I slide across the floor.
We'll see.
Okay.
I
Does
think
that
that
roll?
roll.
I don't think that. Yeah, that didn't roll right. Because it has that dot at the end. My bad. There we go. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Lucky for some.
13.
Eris, you feel your brother's redirected strike crash into you. I need you to roll me a location marker to see where it hits you.
Can I not make a save against this, or am I like a dodge or anything?
It's going to hit because of
Okay.
the fumble that was occurred.
That is a 4.
Okay. So that is your torso. So you absorb 20 damage as, and now armor will deflect from this, but you take 20 raw as it comes in from the wild strike of Whim. And this is merely this creature using its free hand to grab Whim at the wrist and throw his fist into you.
It does not get through my armor because I am wearing Skeletal armor, and I halve bludgeoning damage to the torso.
Excellent. Excellent. So you are able to, you feel this, but it's more of you're able to keep your brother up as opposed to him wildly kind of being thrown into you. You're able to take this and then kind of readjust your brother. Whim, you do have another shot here. This does not rob you of your second attack should you wish to spend stamina.
Yeah, so I'm definitely I want to know visually like how he redirects it. Does he redirect it with his hand or his free hand or his sword hand? How does he?
Freehand.
How does this look?
As you come in with a full-on kind of like haymaker into him, he takes his palm and literally hits you at the outside wrist and like Aikidos you into your brother.
Okay, so then I want to burn 3 stamina for the extra strike, and then use the momentum to come around with the same fist and lock onto his sword arm and attempt a disarm strike.
Sure.
Greg,
Yes.
is there any way I can assist my brother?
How
Out
much
of turn.
How much stamina do you have left?
It's 3 stamina for an extra attack, extra action.
That sounds like an answer to another question. I said, how much stamina do you have left?
I have 12 stamina left.
With 11, you can assist your brother.
I will hold for now.
Okay, so I'm gonna let me subtract 3 stamina, and I'm gonna roll this brawling. Don't fail me now.
This is against his brawling too, I believe, right?
It's dodge escape for a disarm.
Ah, thank you.
Okay. Pay no attention to this second attack that's about to come in.
Sure.
So 30.
With a 33, he is able to defeat the attempt to disarm his ice blade from his hand as he sort of shoves you away. And do you have, with your expulsion of your second stamina move, you are out of the ability to do anything?
I have spec'd into the Witcher branch where you can spend 5 stamina for an additional attack.
Go on.
So after the Slayer in the Slayer branch, I'm going to just he's knocked this one away, and I'm going to try to come up under with an uppercut, not caring so much about the location.
Okay.
Okay.
$30. Oh, come on.
Oh
And
my god.
Again, this time he seems set for you as you come in, and he redirects you away. And with that, the final expulsion of your ability to do anything moving forward, he strikes you.
Oh boy.
As the ice blade comes out in a large swath.
Okay. Homeboy's gonna try to dodge that.
How long are his arms? Does his arm come within stabbing range?
Critical.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So you are able to dodge the first attack, and he strikes again with a second attack. Again, you are between him. We'll find out, by the way. Lindy, I'm not ignoring you.
Okay.
Oh, a fumble, everybody.
Ooh.
This could be the end. 34.
Okay. And then how much stamina is it for the second defense? 3? 1.
One, just one. I believe it's just one.
34. Oh shit. It's too late.
It goes to the defender.
It goes to the
It goes to
defender.
the defender.
Oh yeah. Well, hell yes then.
He drops to the, again, barely missing you. And he himself is upset by all this and
Good.
attacks again. As he burns some of his own. 39.
All right. So this one is going to be
Another stamina, yep.
yeah. Okay, so that's 2 stamina. I'm going to try to reposition. Nope. I'm gonna dodge. Wait. What's the rule with using the same defense?
Only if it's in a double. If Eris attacks you,
Okay.
you can spam the same defense over and over as long as it's not happening at the exact same time.
Yeah, that one gets me.
Ooh,
Ow.
that's a lot of 6s.
Holy shit. You can take it. the beer.
You take 33 damage to your torso. I believe your torso was reduced to 20 and our...
So it's 13.
You take 13 damage as he strikes through to you. He attacks again, this one going towards your brother, who is right beside you. $37, Eris.
Okay. I need to check one thing real quick.
Sure.
I'm going to try parry.
Okay. This will do damage to your blade. So which blade are you using?
Parry doesn't do damage to the blade.
If he doesn't...
The parry is the extra stamina.
Oh, wait.
It does no damage to the blade.
So okay, so which one?
The parry has a penalty, but it doesn't do damage to the blade. It's like a -3.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So it's block. So I want to block, which is the one that doesn't. Okay. I will spend 1 luck. Son of. Oh wait. No, that was just garbage. That was just absolute garbage.
Okay. That is 31.
What kind of is it? Slashing damage?
It's actually going to be 16 to your left or to your right leg. No crit there, so your armor on your leg, 16 damage. Does that get through your leg armor?
Yes, it does. Is that slashing damage? Sorry.
It is slashing, yes.
Yeah. So 16. Take away 8. So 8.
There you go. Yeah, that creeps through. And again, anything that gets through, make sure that you give your... in this particular instance, your armor will take 2 points of ablation damage as it becomes sundered more with the effects of the cold kind of compounding this.
Okay.
And he, after his bevy of attacks, with the last one, all of you, without the need for a roll, hear a... and some frost comes out of the mask as if a bit of exertion was given. And with that exertion, a step is made as he turns to fight, as he turns to make the swing on Eris, moving just within the striking distance of Yannick.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, I've been waiting. She's been waiting. She's looking for a good place to strike. Yeah. We're gonna strike for the torso.
Okay. That's only if you want to do the called shot, I think it's only a -1 for the torso.
Yeah. Yep. Peacebringer. Torso. Plus that. Second torso plus that. Oof. So 34 and gosh, 12? No, 15, 27. Really bad.
Okay.
Oh, but he gets stabbed.
He gets stabbed with the first one, and I'm going to go ahead and do the second one right now.
Okay.
Oops, that's not the
12. It's a 12. So, he could ridiculously fail, but I don't see it being likely.
Right, we'll do it for that, but we're also doing it for the other thing, which is fumble table.
Okay, cool. And I will roll my damage for that attack that did hit the first attack.
Yeah, you're going to get hit with this fumble table too, so I want you to roll damage for both attacks, please.
Okay. Well, this is the first one. But also, I get to roll Bleeding Wound. So let me roll that for you. And that is 12 points above 15, so 6 points of bleed damage. If he can bleed. And then my second attack would be at least 21.
Eris and Wim, each roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Wim, let's roll I'll do this right now. You take, what was the damage total? 21? 21 into your right leg. Are you able to block that with armor?
Yep, 30 stopping.
Okay, so again, you feel this kind of crunch go along the armor. Here's what I want to do. I want to roll a body check, you versus our big boy here, and see if Yannick is moved by this. And not emotionally. I'm just going to do it like this. $33 for him. Just in case, roll me a d4, Yannick.
Okay. Not moving the legs. Just, I'm attached to this chair. This chair moves. It's not my fault.
Wait, who needed to roll the body? Yannick and...
You. I need a body from you.
Oh.
You're trying to keep her from being moved. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Straight up body?
Yes, please.
Wait, is that a body?
I'm sorry.
Or
Physique. Physique.
Okay.
It's been 2 weeks. My terminology's shit. There you go, and that was, you beat him, and so there's no steps that are made as you are able to keep, you basically jam down the back of Yannick's chair as she does not move from the spot in which she is in.
My legs can't move. They're glued to a chair.
Nothing happens. As all of this is expended, Dusa, you are the last of the friends to be able to act in this round. What would you like to do as you emerge from the alchemical lab seconds after Eris?
All right, well, yeah, I guess he sees this this foe, and it's pretty much it resembles the one he saw in the courtyard, correct?
It does. It does.
Yeah,
the one that you met inside the villa, my friend, was much larger. The armor was more ornate, and of course, it was wearing a crown.
Right. Gotcha. So yeah, Hell Curse is seeing the resemblance, but somewhat relieved that it's not that one, and realizing that he's too exhausted for magic at this point, he'll do the opposite of what he wants to do, and charge it.
Let's do it, buddy.
Yeah, he'll tear the hide from his sword and try to spear it just in the same fashion he's did with the guards. Let's see. And I'm going to put some luck into it because how's this thing looking? Is it? I mean, it's hard to tell, right?
It's very hard to tell.
Okay. Well, we got +8 for wins. The silver, sorry. Here we go. Okay, it's been 2 weeks. Sorry, guys.
Hey, listen. I'm calling out the wrong thing.
It's gonna be a strong one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to go for a strong one because it's the adrenaline pumping and right to the. Let's see where it goes actually. 8 plus 5, 15, 36.
Nice.
Yeah, with a strong strike, it's not bad.
Oh! Hold on. So that is a 25, which is an 11, which is a critical and a hit.
Great.
Yes.
So I need damage and a 2d6 rolled there for me, Dusa, as the knight rushes out of the alchemical lab.
And just yelling a battle cry, he'll charge it and try to spear it with that sword. And here's the damage. It's 21.
21?
And he's going to activate the flame. If that's
Absolutely. The flame hits.
as he yells, "Ah!"
Roll me a
It's a strong
2d6.
strike. It'd be a 42.
It's a 42. Roll me a 2d6 as well. Plus, you get an additional 10 added to this damage because of your crit.
26, here we go.
Oh!
It's 10.
Dusa, as you strike this creature for 53 damage, I would like you to roll me. Okay, let me put it to you like this. You strike it with the fire. You strike it with your barbaric yelp as you rush out and do this. You have an additional attack if you would like to spend stamina to do so, but at this moment, you have the ability to direct this foe. You can push them back towards the door, to the right, to the left.
Well, I'm going to try to direct them onto Aris's sword.
Okay.
Possible. That's a possibility. And
Sure.
should I? Okay. And can I try to? Let's see. Oh, so it's spared, and I can direct it using it.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna, swing it onto Aris's sword. If I'm gonna look at him first, and then swing it. Try to see if you can catch.
All right, let's do this. I will allow you to JF, I will allow Dusa to forego his second attack, but
to set it up
for Eris, and I will allow Eris to roll at advantage.
There we go. Sounds nice.
So Dusa stabs, pierces, shish kebabs, and swings this massive creature who, if there was an ability to read facial expressions through this mask of ice and steel, would be surprised that he is moving without his own volition. If this is what's going to happen, I need an attack from Eris.
Oh, please.
Calling headshot.
Yes.
Might as well make this one all in.
Right.
Turn
this into a sport.
So, Greg.
Yes.
I've attacked him with both weapons now.
Yes. The lightning blade.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, I'm doing it.
By the way,
I'm
everybody,
dumping
I've
my-
also played with Josh for 3 years, so he doesn't have to ask questions. I know what he needs. So
my last luck is going into this.
sounds good. Roll it, buddy.
At advantage.
Yes. At advantage.
Please, come on.
This is a big one. The luck goes into this one too.
Oh shit! I'll take that 26.
At least that 20.
It's 26. Fuck.
Dramatic.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm so sorry, dude.
roll me damage, please.
Oh god. That's a 27.
As you swing, there is this creature somehow, even though it is stabbed, redirects your sword, this lightning, this barb that caused it pain before. And for the first moment, Eris, you see this gleam through the reflective ice that is part of the helmet. And you see the glee as these very humanoid eyes ram your own sword into your chest. You take 27 damage.
Okay.
Obviously, your armor redirecting that. The lightning does not go off when you do
Greg?
this. Yes.
Two things. Number one, what has just happened has never happened before. I am at 0 hit points.
Oh.
Number two,
First aid hit.
that thing that, you know. Number three, remember you said that thing about stamina? Can I do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about that swallow? I do not have that many hit points, and I was not full health going into this session, because we had literally just left combat and stuff had happened. Yeah.
So let's take this as a moment as we drop out of this frame, as the blade is driven into. Brother sees brother run through. Dusa sees Eris run through. This isn't a into the center of the chest. This is more of like a through the kidney, through the side as it pierces in and out. But there's a lift as Eris's own sword hoists him. Everyone sees this. Ainfra, Yannick, you all see this. And then as soon as this happens, as Eris's head tilts down, his eyes don't close, they stare. They remember. I need you all to roll an endurance as you hear Rage Absolute.
It's a +8, huh? Okay.
20.
Did anyone get above a 30?
No.
Shit.
You all drop to your knees as tears bursts from the body of Eris, because that is what it is right now. It is a body. It is not alive. She doesn't look like you have seen her. If any of you have seen her, the large eyes, the inquisitive look, the love that she shows towards Eris, the childlike qualities. Her flesh, if that is the way you want to describe it, is pulled back from her teeth. You see that her mouth opens not unnaturally wide, but a wail of a lover denied, the wail of someone that has just watched everything they care for sundered. And you see her light into this hunter, and you hear the tearing of metal Eris, what is going on with you?
Harris is surprised that it doesn't hurt quite as much as he was expecting. He glances down, his eyes fall. He's not sure if he is voluntarily looking down at the blade or if it's just because his head is tipped forward. And he's expecting it to be cold, but it's not. It's not an enemy's blade, it's his blade. But it's not his blade, it's Leo's blade. And he remembers that fight they had, and that he stole this blade. This blade was meant for him. It just took a little longer to get to him. He's been carrying with him this short little while. And he is very angry about all the missteps, that few seconds up until that strike that played out, that was just a terrible misjudgment of the enemy being off guard. And his brother, who's next to him, and this house that he knows has so much history in, and Yannick, who is there and cursed and in peril, and everyone around him who is doing everything they can, and he made a misstep. And then his mind goes to tears, and he just thinks, I failed you. I'm sorry. As he begins to bleed out.
And as Eris falls, the hunter, unable to maintain purchase on Leo's sword that was driven through Eris slumps down and for a moment has an odd pitched quality to him as the sword lifts him off the ground, causing him to kind of tent a bit until he's able to pull free from the blade and slip to the boards, the frozen boards of the living room. All of you that are on your knees, this wail kind of deafening, messing with your equilibrium in your head, can only bear witness as tears tears the intricately painted and artistically rendered armor from the chest of this creature. You see a very humanoid chest, muscled and laced with more than one scar. And you see tears tear it open. Ribs burst. And you see her rip a very real heart from the chest of this creature. She is screaming, and she will not stop, and your ears muddle your brains, and your brains cannot make your limbs react. And as this creature falls backward, a clock without a gear, it crashes to the ground with the same arrogance that it had in striding across the ice into the room. The wail stops. Tears turns. The heart drops to the ground. She looks just over Yannicka's shoulder, her hair floating as it does with that ethereal underwater quality. You can see the rage has not left. You can't have him. She seems to be talking to somebody behind Yannicka. The rest of you are able to move, but I need awareness rolls.
$32.
41.
We're going with Ainfra with the critical here. This is her house, after all.
All right.
Ainfor, you hear two things. You hear that arrogant stride on ice coming from both the front and the rear of your house. With a quick glance, you see at least a half dozen of these hunters converging upon both entrances to your residence. But if somehow that can be pushed to the periphery, it is. Because for the first time in what seems like an age, you hear Ezekon of Kreve. I don't mean to take him. I'm just behind Yannick.
She closes her eyes and just breathes in the smell from his coat that she's wearing. And without even looking, she gestures to a point right between Yannick and Eris, where she saw them last, and lets the portal open to the Dragon Tooth Mountains. And all she says is, "See you next time, dear."
The portal opens. What do you do?
Dusa, grab him, he's not dead yet.
I look at Yannick. Alright, pick him up, put him on my shoulder, gently.
Greg,
Yes, my friend.
I'm at 0 hit points.
He's still kind of alive.
Can I do something?
I mean, he
Yes.
hasn't failed his death save yet.
You also received Swallow from the Great Beyond from Ezren.
I will deal with that in a moment.
Yes, you can act.
I think actually Dusa will put him in Wim's arms, by the way. I think that would be...
As per the thing, Aris very shakily drives himself up onto one foot, followed by another foot, sword still through his chest. I'm going to reach for my other dagger.
Please don't take the sword out yourself.
Drawing both of them, one in each hand now. So I'm still armed, and just spit blood defiantly at the path leading up to the door and just say, "Run. Now." And I'm gonna hold the doorway until these douchebags can get through the fucking portal.
I'm gonna look at Wim and just grab him. Even if we have to punch him out.
Wim has he hears that, and obviously he's still alive, but Wim has another focus he would like to put his energy on if there's a moment. So Tears is still enraged, correct?
Tears she is moving almost to defend Eris from something over Yannick's shoulder.
Wim pushes himself back up to his feet, and he wants, he can't break Tears' focus with his presence, so he wants to intercept her gaze and put his hand up. Hey, we'll get him out of here. What do you need?
Roll me a persuasion.
All right, homeboy's gonna pump all the luck at the 3 points I have left from last time. $16.
Let's do
I
it.
can monologue and riff for a bonus if you want me to.
No. You did something earlier in the campaign that helps with this, but not this time. She moves in front. Eris, you see her move in front of you, Tears, and her hands reach up. You can still see the advancing hunters through her. But she moves her hands up to your cheeks, and you see as her hair moves, and she says, I know you have a lot of strength in you. I know you have a little life left. And then she opens her eyes, and they have returned from the creature of rage and have become a pleading lover. And the eyes, despite your ability to see through them to the hunters behind, you see your reflection as well. And she says, run.
She says that to me. Or Eris.
She says it to Eris.
One more human. Can I make one human perception check before I make my decision?
Absolutely.
Is she going to stay? I don't have any more luck. That's a 14. I suck so hard at this.
She seems to glean what your bent is, and she says, and you believe, where you go, I go.
Okay, in which case, I am going to take a step backwards towards the portal. And as I go through the portal, I'm going to spend my last stamina that I have, which will put me to 0 along with my hit points, to cast Igni directly down the path at the advancing incomers. And then I'm going to pitch deliberately sideways and proceed to bleed to death.
Yeah, so while all that was happening, when they were doing that, Ainfra opened the portal, but like right on the floor in front of me, and I'm in a chair, and it's in the floor. So I just tip forward. I just go through the portal that way.
61 steps.
Okay, that's fine.
You disappear through the portal.
Yeah.
Are you going? You have passed out then, Eris. You are on the floor.
And
right?
I wait for Eris to fall next to me so I can put clotting powder and pull out the sword.
But I roll a 29 for my spellcasting of Igni down the path, which is about as good as I can ever hope.
Oh, yeah. I saw the crit. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. Do you want to go into the portal, or are you want to fall to the ground?
I want to go through the portal.
Gotcha.
And collapse sideways, deliberately sideways, so I don't kill myself in the fall.
I will immediately start medical attention because he'll be laying on the ground next to me.
Let's put a pin in all that for a second. Let's put a pin in that. I need to know what Dusa, Wim, and Ainfra do as Yannick and Eris wink out of existence. And you see Tears turn towards the front door, and you see her hair bristle as she begins to lift up off the ground. She looks back at you, Wim. Run.
Wimble, like where he's battered before, he stands up straight, puts his shoulder blades back. Not without you. You're part of the family. You're coming with me.
Dusa, what do you do?
Dusa, yeah, he's been kind of terrified throughout this encounter, and think he's regained some of his bravado after spearing that guy, and I think at this point he'll just look down at that corpse and step on its skull, and then head out.
Dusa disappears through the portal. Whim, roll me a persuasion check.
And then, well, in addition to saying that, he's going to extend his arm in like a sense of offering, knowing that she has used Eris as a vessel before, and he'll point to his arm like, it'll only be for a brief moment. I can't leave without you.
How much stamina do you have?
How about this? I will share that information with you, but here's what I'm willing to do. So I have 19 hit points and 11 stamina. I'll go down to 1 hit point in both of those categories. One hit point and 1 stamina point.
I love you. Pick one.
Stamina.
No need for a persuasion roll. She nods, and you feel tears melt into you. It is not uncomfortable. Whim, roll me an awareness. Ainfra, you're still there too, right?
He's coming down the stairs.
Roll me an awareness.
I mean, she's got her eyes closed, so she's being careful, but she's coming down the stairs. 30.
Billy, the portal was open for you. Do you go through?
How far away is Ainfra?
10 feet?
Steps.
Yeah.
All right. He's breathing heavily at this point in time. You first.
It's not the way this works. Go now.
It is the way this works. You first.
No, it's really not. And she has her eyes closed as she goes. And I need you to go through. And she looks at you dead in the eyes, or with her eyes closed, and says, I need you to go through first. Now.
All right. So he's going to walk 10 feet over to her. And he's going to, different rolls for obvious reasons, but he's going to attempt to bear hug and walk backwards into the portal.
I mean, she's not stopping. She's walking towards you, but she needs you to go first.
Right. I'm ensuring that we're going in at the same time.
Whim, you hear in your ear. Go. I have her.
He'll make a bit of a grunt, let go, and then turn around and sprint and swan dive into the portal.
You disappear. And though Whim couldn't see it, the only person that could, Yannick, has gone through the portal. Ezekon of Kreve reaches out for the hand of Ainfra, feeling along the sleeve. I've got you. And you can feel his hand.
You always do.
No.
What?
You're the one that always has us.
What mess did you leave me this time?
A terrible one.
It's gonna burn down my house, isn't it?
It's just a house.
Yeah. And they're just memories.
And though Ainfra cannot see it, Ezekon of Kreve, or whatever this is crying, his witcher eyes expressing sorrow that he never could while alive. And he moves you towards your own portal and whispers into your ear, "I'm always here, but it's up to you. It's always been you."
I made you a promise. I always get my promises. So, one more waltz.
One last waltz. And he twirls you into the portal.
And she spins, and as she does, she waits a half second and lets it close behind her. And she is visibly crying, but her eyes are still closed. That silent tears just falling from her face.
As soon as you enter the portal, you feel something is wrong. You don't know what it is, but your guidance with the teleportation, the portal, the actual movement of this spell is being redirected. It shouldn't be able to happen. This is a spell that has a finite beginning and a finite ending. There is no room for added verbiage. There is no room for added chaos to a spell like this, but yet here it is. You arrive and you know you are in the Dragon Mountains. But as you do so, you see your friends, your comrades, lying in various states of injury around you. As you look up, you see a witcher you do not know. You see 13 elves that are backing up along a cliff, a huge 300-400 foot expanse, and drop behind them. A scholar who seems to be looking from you to the other witchers in your party to this unknown witcher in front of you. And around you, you see 20 Nilfgaardian armored figures closing in from every side.
She reaches into the pocket of the coat she's wearing, and she looks at this witcher that she doesn't know and pulls out a piece of chalk and says, "Can you draw a circle? Fast."
If I want to look a gift mage in the mouth.
And that's where we'll end this session of the Witcher family of Wraiths, as the party has met Herald of Oxenford. Oh, my friends, thank you for going over. Matt, thank you for sitting in the green room for as long as you did. I wanted to make sure we organically got everybody where they needed to go, and I wanted to make sure that we knew what the plight of Herald was before we actually got to him. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my non-binary friends of all ages, we are in the end game now, as the next several episodes will have Matt joining us as we continue the final arc of season 2. And this will lead us to further revelation, further enemies, and a couple other things. But Legion, I couldn't thank you more for the narrative benefits that you gave our group. This will be Winds Howled, my friends. They howled hard, and I love it. Let us first go to our new cast member. Matt, my friend, how are you? Where can we find you online? And Herald was able to kick some ass and set the scene. And here you thought you'd be the injured one.
Yeah, I came
you're
in.
Fresh.
Greg told me, hey, roll some rounds of combat. You might have to take some damage and stuff, and we'll see what happens. And I came in looking pretty banged up, and turns out you should see the other guys. Let me tell you. This was excellent. Love getting to be here on Wednesdays with everybody. So this is a blast to finally get here. This has been a long time coming, through fire and flame and cold and whatnot. But hey, we're here, and we get to tell a wonderful story. Looking forward to doing more with the cast. I am Matt, the Killer GM. You can find me on Twitter at the Killer GM. I do all sorts of writings and such, talking with people. I also run my own game on alternating Sundays on my channel, MattF7, where it is Masks, Sunset City, Young Superheroes. We just had our first actual session this past Sunday. Fantastic stuff, and we're looking forward to doing some more here in the next bit, so tune in if you get a chance. Otherwise, thanks everybody for coming out. Can't wait for the next time.
Fantastic. And Masks is a fantastic system. Join Matt on alternating Sundays and you will not regret it. I'm going to go over to, let's start with Lindy. Lindy, who is satelliting in after a long journey. We appreciate your passion to play this game of Witcher so very much, my friend. How are you and where can we find you online?
Well, I've been sitting in a chair as long today, or a car seat, or whatever. About as, it feels like Yannick has been glued to the chair, so, I'm tired of sitting. What I would give to go on a nice long walk, and so would Yannicka, but we don't want to die. So, wow, that was a lot. I've got my work cut out for me next week, I think. Oh boy, you could find me online, anticipating/dreading that at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Whole bunch of games. I'm not sure about this Monday and Tuesday on my channel. As you can see, I'm who knows where in limbo in the world and what are plans and but you can find me here this Friday on Tales from the Grim from noon to 3 Central Time. For some Aether's Walkway with Trooper, and it's gonna be great. And I'm only running away from bad guys there too, so it's fine. Just check it out.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing. Awesome, my friend. Thank you again so much for traveling and playing. I know that's a long day. I appreciate it very, very much. Let's jump up to Billy. Billy, my friend, how are you, my friend? Where can we find you online?
Hello, party people. I'm Bill of the Forest on the Twitter, if you like that stuff. This episode was a doozy. I'm surprised it wasn't the season finale because it was super intense. And we're all almost dead or exhausted. So somebody's going to have to do some sweet talking to these 20 Nilfgaardian dudes because it's not going to work out too well for us. Especially with, what is it, like 45 winds howling now? What, is that what we're at?
Yeah, a good 3 dozen, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, this was super fun. I love this combat system. I love these characters. I love this role play. Everybody here is top tier, and it's a real awesome part of my personal week to be able to get to play with these guys. And for Legion, everybody watching on VOD that's contributed to alter this storyline. I almost feel bad for all of Greg's dead ideas that he had to plow over to alter the course of the game for all of this epic shit that's happening. So thanks, Legion. Thanks everybody watching on VOD, and I'm just super grateful.
Oh, and buddy, listen, dead ideas. I couldn't be happier. Legion. You all, the direction of this story is magical, and I get to enjoy it. I love it so very much. You all are fantastic. Let's jump up to someone that brought me to tears tonight. Prax, my friend, how are you? Where can we find you online?
Hi all. Yay, that was fun. That was not emotional. It'll be great. You brought me to tears, so it was fine. We're all for clump, it's great. But hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdredonlin on Twitter, or Praxagorth as Meophoria, as you see me around on Twitch. And on my channel tomorrow, we're continuing our look at our recitation and digressions of the Aeneid, which is just random fun things that we get to talk about. And we're into the very interesting portions of that book. You can find me tomorrow over on Wandering DM for some Cyberpunk Red. And that'll be great. And then back here next Wednesday, because there is no Black Flag this Saturday because holiday. But the 11th, we're going to have the season 1 finale. And last week I threw a Kraken at the crew. What will happen in the season finale?
Fantastic. My friend, thank you for the RP as always. I love it. Let us go down to somebody else who, all of you bring the RP, but again, I didn't expect a 0 hit point tonight until we got in all those winds howling, and I thought we're getting a 0 hit point tonight. Josh, how are you, my friend? Where can we find you online, buddy?
I am good. I am thoroughly enjoying everything. It's always good to, to brush with death, to dance with death. Certainly as the winds howl and the temperature drops, what a fantastic crew to spend your final moments with. And especially all described and narrated those beautiful, poignant moments by the amazing Greg. So that's, it's what I'm here for. If you're enjoying this, then check out on YouTube all previous episodes because they're great and this cast is great. They're all fantastic individuals, but what isn't on YouTube is more of Matt. You'll have to be here for the following episodes to see much more of him. He's great. You should check him out as well. You should follow all these magnificent people on Twitter and stay updated as to where they're going to be appearing. As for me, I will be appearing on Friday over on Encounter Roleplay, where I will be playing Auden Thornheart. And I don't know if you think Aris deserves to be stabbed. Auden absolutely deserves to be stabbed. He deserves all of the bad things. And unfortunately, things are going so well for him. So well. Check out Eclipse. It's a grimdark fantasy political set in modern day LA with loads of supernatural and terrifying things. It's a political campaign. It's a lot of fun. It's run by Imperator Penguin. You should check him out. And that's me. I will see you all next time. We can bleed out on the floor together. It'll be great. Bring snacks.
Fantastic, my friend. And last but certainly not least, the Knight. JF, my friend, how are you? Where can we find you online?
I'm great. This was very, very exciting. I guess that's what happens when winds howl. It's I don't know. It's feeling pretty epic all of a sudden. I'm wondering if that's gonna be that's it from now on. Is that it from now on?
From now on, we're just gonna.
Great. When stunts go wrong, oh my god, that was heartbreaking. Holy there were many heartbreaking moments, but that was one for me. I don't know what happens when you get to 0 hit points, so I was mortified, to be honest. So what does it take for a Witcher to die? Just right off.
You have to roll. You roll death saves, and you have to roll under your body score. And each time it drops by 1.
Okay.
So, and then you die.
So I really have my work cut out for me next week.
That's it.
But I mean, you're another person doing it. It's not as bad as if he tried to first aid himself.
Yeah, all that to say, I'm really happy we made it to Matt alive. Yes. We all get to meet.
Alive is a
Herald.
general term.
Alive-ish.
Alive-ish. Yeah. And so, you can find me at Double Chris on Twitter. I just ended City of Lights and Shadow with Foxhole, which was a lot of fun. This summer, I'll be with these people and in the great outdoors. So, but here every Wednesday.
Hey, fantastic, my friend, fantastic. And selfishly, I am looking forward to a murder off between Dusa and Herald. I'm really looking forward to see who kills in the most brutal fashion. Like a
I would like to participate, but there are people's lives I have to save.
You've got work to do.
You would win. You would win.
Yeah, that's not a contest.
It's not even fair. Yeah.
You guys don't even let me compete.
You're too good. That's why.
Yeah, I know. With that ability you have, where it's like you use anatomy against them, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
And this is why Greg won't let me fight anything. It's fine.
That's not, you can't walk. I mean, it's a problem. Okay, anyhow, hey everybody, my name's Grimjack2152 on the Twitter. I am Tales from the Grim on the Twitch. A lot of fun things happening, as Lindy mentioned, on Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. This Friday, we have Aether's Walkway, GM'd by the fantastic Alice. We do a little cipher system with Trooper and a lot of other great people. It's a lot of fun. We have some really interesting new shows coming up. Be sure to check. We'll have some notifications very soon. Yeah, just a lot of fun things coming both on the channel and with all of these people that have projects that are popping up. So make sure you follow everybody. Follow, just if you like good stories and kindness, which that's good stuff. Follow all of my friends here. They're just great people. Trust me. With that being said, as the campfire goes down, there's only one thing left to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, but you can always role play. Legion, thank you for being awesome. Thank you for contributing to the story. YouTube, join us when you can, or on Discord below. We're here waiting for you. The campfire opens every Wednesday. Until next time, friends.